I need tea for this tea, yeah. Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to JynxxVerse. It's your girl Oyin, come back again with another video, and in today's video I am going to be having a deep, intimate conversation. I'm going to be having a very nice conversation with one of my friends, Esther Blaze, also known as Esther Chukwu. I never know how to pronounce her name. But anyways, we've been friends for a while, but we haven't she relocated to the US, so we haven't seen each other in a bit, and so we did this collaboration thing where we'll ask each other questions, what we want to know, what we're curious about, you know. And I don't want to give away too much. Basically, we're going to ask each other questions. I am going to be here for the gist and the banter, so enjoy the rest of this video. Welcome, Esther.
Hi everyone, I'm Esther Chukwu, and I'm Oyinka's friend, and you know, and we're just on my channel, so we're here. Welcome to Oyinka's channel.
Girl, that's Esther, and we're just going to keep going with the questions. Esther, since this is your first time on this channel, yes, her first time, why don't you go first?
All right, so my question. Sorry, I closed my notes so I can't find it. My question is,
this video has been struggle.
Okay, my question is about friendship. So what would you say you would do differently in your
About
friendships?
friendship.
I don't want to mention anybody's name in particular, but what has been your experience so far?
Okay.
You know, like, what would you do differently? Like, do you feel down about what happened, or like, have you guys reconciled, or you know?
Oh, a vague friendship. I understand your vagueness, my babes. So she's actually talking about someone in particular that we used to be mutual friends with, but right now she's friends with neither of us. And it was a terrible experience for me because she was my best friend. Like, no cap. It's still tricking me to say it. Do you get was? Saying was in that sentence is still like painful and all, but it's fine. Like, I don't think I could have done anything better. I don't think I did anything wrong, so I can't say that I regret it or I would change anything. I would just want to know why. Like, if I could get her in a room, we just have a conversation. Okay, what's up? What's going on? Why did this happen? Maybe then I might change my mind about doing something different. Maybe something went down. Maybe something changed. Maybe she just grew out of it. I don't know. But I don't think I do anything different because I'm pretty amazing, in case you don't know.
Tell them.
I'm pretty amazing, you know, because for my other friends.
Just like the way.
No, continue.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, I mean, it did not affect me that much because she recently just did that to you. Mine happened like literally a year after I got here, or 2 years after I got here. So, and it started happening a few months before, and I predicted it happening. I remember saying that this is gonna happen, and I was like, I hope she doesn't do it to Oyinka Sala too. But you know, I just predicted it. But then, you know, it didn't affect me. She's not my best friend. You guys are best friends. I don't have any best friend in this life. Actually, I do have a best friend, but we don't give ourselves names like that. She's my one and only. If you are listening, I love you. I love you. Don't listen to them.
But what I was going to say quickly was that because with my other friends, I've never experienced something like this. Like, if it was something that happened in different friendships, I'll be like, okay, maybe there is something wrong with me. But the fact that it's just a one-off thing, I don't think it's a problem on my end. So I'm obviously bothered by it. I was hurt by it, but I don't think there's anything I could do differently. You get me?
Yeah, I get you.
Now it's your question. Are you ready?
Hey, I'm ready.
This one is gonna hurt me or heal me. You get? It's just something very to just make you think, right? So I'm on a bridge, yeah. Blake is on that same bridge, yeah.
Okay.
We're about to fall at the same time, and you can only save one of us. who is getting that save. And I'm so happy that he's here. He's hearing this conversation. So both of us, every party involved in this is going to be a witness to this.
I mean, he's not really hearing. He has his headphones, but what's under the bridge? Is it water?
And if we survive, because we might die. If we survive, we won't be the same. Maybe our leg for don't cut or one hand for don't come out.
Okay, so if it's water, Blake was a Navy. I played Blake. Blake can save himself. That question is very easy.
Come up for here, please. Okay, just land. Just land. You're splat. If you fall, it's over.
No, you cannot change your mind because you said water. If it's water.
You know what?
Blake,
The fact that you had to think about it, fam, you've broken my heart. It's not just come straight up. Aye, my chest.
I mean, obviously, I have to think about it. I'm not going to marry my best friend, or I'm not going to marry my friend. So.
Who said? In some states, it's not allowed to marry woman.
If it is land, that's quite hard because regardless, you said whoever lands, their leg is going to break or something's going to be bad. I know Blake is not going to want to stay in this life without his legs. So in the end, he's either going to just tell them to off him. So honestly, it's going to be you.
Oh, babes. Oh, babes.
I'm weak. Get out.
I look like a tomato right now because my smile is so wide. There's not enough space for my cheekbones, for my cheeks.
I mean, I've known you longer than I've known Blake. I just met him yesterday.
Yeah, serious. Telling me. If I'm room there for telling me this.
I'm just joking, no. Don't leave me, I beg. I just gonna beg you. What relationship do you regret the most?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have to be a boy-girl relationship. It can be girl and girl friendship in general. What relationship?
It could be a friendship. Okay. That makes things easier. Let me think.
I actually have one, and it's a boy-girl relationship. So in secondary school, this was my third relationship ever. It was after the man who we did not speak that we were both involved with. So after that whole fiasco. But yeah, we were in the same set in SS3. And he's like one of the bad boys in the school, right? I mean, I'm this ethical child just running up and down, dancing to AO and TO, doing reverse challenge. You get?
I'm betting.
So then we got into a relationship because his girlfriend at the time moved, so they broke up. So we started dating, and then she came back. Apparently, her dad or whoever wasn't moving anymore, and everything was just weird. So I thought, okay, he's going to break up with me and go back with his, equally popular girlfriend. Only for him to be like, "No, it's done and over with." I was like, okay, all right, I'm good. And this dude wants to do things. He wants to be touching things and pressing things, and I'm like, what's this? What's going on here? I didn't know what that means. Please, I only pick
My body is the temple of God.
Do you get? And it was necessary. And necessary, I didn't do any, I didn't know anything, to be honest. So it was a very weird dynamic for me. I kept pushing his hands off, trying to get him to stop, and he kept trying and trying and trying. And I was just like, can you have a relationship where you don't touch? And he said, no, I'm in SS3. Why would I be in a relationship where I can't even touch my girlfriend? I'm supposed to be having the time of my life. It's my last year in secondary school, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, then we're breaking up. That was the first time I ever broke up with someone. But it now became weird and awkward. Then me and his ex-girlfriend used to be friends, but then there was awkwardness there. Me and him, there was awkwardness there. There was just awkwardness everywhere, and I was supposed to be focusing on my book. I was there being in awkward situations. So I wish I could just not do that whole thing, because we are cool. We would have been much cooler as friends, because we were friends initially. You get? So yeah. He used to call me Pineapple. I remember that because my hair was very long and he used to pull it like this. So if the shoe fits.
Oh, actually, do you know what? Do you remember when I came to visit you at school?
Yeah.
You guys still dating, and I look, you remember.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Remember
that was
pineapple.
exactly. It was after that.
Hey, I remember.
Right,
But
but
no,
we
to the
move.
girls out there, you heard what she said. Know your worth.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do something and they're forcing you to do something, you
Just
can't
move
excuse
out.
yourself
Just remove yourself
it's not
from the
my fault.
situation.
And especially if you're in secondary school. Secondary school relationships are supposed to be innocent
And cute. Like, oh, I wrote you this love letter. Oh, shaking it.
not anything past that. Why would you be having sex in secondary school? That's
Wait.
your body is the temple of God.
It's still the temple of God to now.
Well, till now, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that age, like it's very.
It's
low.
very
Why would you
weird as well.
Protect your punani, I beg. Anyways.
Oh my God! Why not putting that on YouTube, fam?
Honestly, same goes for guys. If a girl
Actually, if she's forcing you or pressuring you,
you don't want to know your worth.
leave, fam.
Go away, like actually walk away. You will not regret it. Like now, she's not regretting it. The only thing she regrets is ever being in a situation at all.
Do you get?
You see?
I'm sorry. I don't mean it as a bad thing or whatever. I just mean like it would have been better for both of us to get.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because there are so many, there are things like that where I think that I shouldn't have dated this person.
Exactly.
Good friend instead of that. So.
Okay, this question might be, you have every right to not answer, right? But when was the last time you cried and why? Is this something you can share?
I can share it. I mean, just to give you guys a glimpse of what has been happening in my life. So, my last relationship,
The guy I was dating, I'm not telling you the race. Go and sit down. Anyways, the guy I was dating.
I know and you don't know.
we went to one of his friends' party. Apparently, it was supposed to be birthday party or whatever. So obviously, I don't know any of his friends. This is the first time I ever met them. Obviously, he's told them about me, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm excited to meet them. So we went there, and I was having fun. Mind you, I was 20 years old. The age to drink here is 21, so you can't drink until you're 21. It's illegal. So the whole time, obviously, I'm saying this now just in case police is watching it, because guy, detective, I don't drink. Anyways, he they were offering me drinks. Obviously, my boyfriend at that time, my ex at that time, was like, oh no, she doesn't want to drink. And mind you, I've asked this boy multiple times, do you smoke weed? I'm not a weed smoker. I get headache at the scent of weed, the slightest smell. I want to punch you to the next planet, because why are you smoking weed beside me? Alcohol, you can drink leisurely, I don't care. Age to drink in Nigeria is 18, but before then we did drink, nobody sent. But I know it's drink. I'm just saying it's in general that people drink in Nigeria, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so the backstory is that day, after being offered alcohol multiple times, I decided like, okay, I'm just gonna, I think it was a strawberry Red Bull or strawberry, it wasn't even Red Bull, it was a strawberry drink with like 1% alcohol. That was not enough to knock me out or do anything to me. So I was just like, and that was the only thing they had. They didn't have water or even Coke. It's just alcohol and yafu everywhere. So I ended up just drinking that, and then my ex-boyfriend at that time, he got super drunk and he passed out. He was throwing up. It was disgusting. Literally, dude was in the bathroom. They were trying to get him to calm down, so they turned on the shower and they put him in there. Dude was in the bathroom sitting down in his own puke inside the water. I literally had to excuse myself, and that's when I started rethinking the whole relationship, because I was like, blood of Jesus. Anyways, obviously, him being drunk and everything, I couldn't go anywhere. I had my license, mind you. I could have driven the car, just threw him into the car, took him home, dropped him at home, and then probably borrowed his car, and then came back in the morning and then dropped off his friends. His friends, they were all drunk too. I could have done that because my mind was telling me, go home, take his car. And I only got my license 2 days before, so I was still pretty scared.
Wow.
And it was at night. I've never driven at night, especially in a city. I don't know. So I was pretty frightened, and I was just like, okay, I don't know if I want to do this, just so that nobody gets arrested or whatever.
Yeah.
But the night went by. The chair where I was going to sleep in, if we had to, sleep over, he ended up sleeping on that chair because it was a single chair. And you know how like all those chairs that have like recliners, like each block has its own recliner. So I stayed at the one closest to his. His friend stayed at the one next to mine, and the other friend was in the one next to mine. Tell me why I woke up in the middle of the night and somebody's hand was in my underwear. Hey.
Oh, wow. What?
Bro, first of all, I didn't act immediately because I was like, maybe it's my mind or something. Dude was literally touching me, and it took me like a second. Yeah, it took me a second to be like, because it was the touching that made me wake up. So he was doing that for a while before I woke up. So I was like, let me not react yet until I'm sure. Maybe he's looking for something. But now his hand was in my jeans. Mind you, I was wearing a jeans short. So it was inside the jeans. So eventually, what do you call it? Also, yeah, his other hands were on my boobs. Eventually, I was like, what are you doing? So I didn't even say any word because everyone was sleeping. I just grabbed his hand like this and I just pulled it out of my pants and I just dropped it. And obviously the way I reacted, he was expecting me to scream, but I didn't say anything, and I just covered myself with blanket and I turned the other way. I just acted like nothing happened. So in the morning when everybody woke up and they're like, oh, how did you guys sleep? I was like, and then they were asking if I wanted donuts. Also, if I wanted to call, I was gonna call the cops on him. But if I call the cops, half the people there were high and drunk at the same time, and they might get arrested. And then obviously now looking back at it now, they wouldn't get arrested because they're not driving or doing anything. They didn't find the weed on them. They only get arrested if they have weed on them. So I could have called the cops. Dude was touching me when I was on my period, so he had my DNA in his fingers. If I just called the cops, all they necessary to do was swab his fingers, and I have my evidence. But I let it go just because you know how like that was the struggle. But anyways, that was the last thing I cried about. And it happened. No, is it last year? It happened last year? Yeah, I think last year. I even have a text message of him confessing to it. So if I decide to take it up today, I have my evidence, babes. Babes.
That's so terrible. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. We went too deep. I could have said I cried about having an extra semester. Damn, Esther, let's go.
Don't make me laugh. This is a serious situation.
It's okay to laugh. I've gotten over it. Well, you can never get over it. You just move past it and heal. So, but I'll say that was the last thing I really, really cried about. So.
Okay, so we're down to the last question.
Ask you the same question. But what's your most embarrassing moment? What's your most embarrassing moment?
In life, or during a specific time?
In life in general, like you can think back to when you're primary 2. I don't care. Just say it.
Okay, so in primary 2, I stole nutrition from my fellow primary 2 girls' lunchbox. She had been like all up in our face, like, oh my gosh, that time nutrition was still relatively new, right? So she was like, oh my gosh, I have a pack of nutrition at home. I bring one to school every day. All up in our face, right? I had never had nutrition, so I thought it was like vitamin C. So I stole it, and my brilliant idea was to take the nutrition and put it in my mouth, but I didn't realize it was powder. So I just poured it, and then it poured all over my face, and then a teacher walked in and literally caught me in the scene of the crime.
Yay!
And so I couldn't even deny it. I couldn't lie. I couldn't do anything. It was in 4K. Everybody was seeing me.
4K.
So I just started crying.
Wow.
And I was crying. The tears was mixing with the nutrition powder, and it was sweet. So I started crying more just to drink the nutrition.
Get down.
I swear. And then I didn't hear the end of it for the next at least a week. The girl was always like, she stole my nutrition. That's the girl that stole my nutrition. You know how I have nutrition? Yeah, she stole one of my nutrition. She stole my nutrition. She stole. Ugh. It was so annoying.
Oh, wow.
But we move.
Okay, thinking back now, I'll say my most embarrassing moment was it wouldn't even be embarrassing. I was getting bullied, guy. But anyway, Sha, you know how like in secondary school where you like do like Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is obviously like you send gifts and all. So in my class they did like a raffle, like you pick somebody. And then me, I was not in school. And so my seat partner was in school. His name is he was like one of the very short guys. He's the shortest in our set, honestly. He was very small. But in my mind I was like, if I came back to school the next day and they're like, oh, we all picked people but you weren't here, and your seat partner picked you. I was like, what do you mean by he picked me? He didn't pick me because you guys never put me in the raffle, because he had told me what happened. So, and they didn't even tell us until when it was very close to Valentine's, because I know I would have still bought him something regardless. Anyways, what was embarrassing about it was because it felt like I wasn't worthy. Everyone would talk to me as if I was ugly or whatever. So
oh wow, I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry? It happened years ago, Auntie.
But I thought it was going to be something funny, so I was prepping myself to laugh.
I'm weak.
And then it ended on a very sad note.
No. It's fine. I would say the funny thing about it was I think somebody brought their parents' ring and gave it to a girl.
Wow.
So the parents came to school and our teacher saw it.
So I'm telling you, this person is stealing diamonds. There's levels to this game.
That's terrible. Yeah, I still don't even celebrate Valentine's Day like that. Like, me and Blake, what did we do? We went out to eat. I mean, we didn't even go out to eat. He came back and bought me this teddy bear. Let me even show it on camera. He got me this bear.
Oh.
This big ass bear. And I love him. So, and I got flowers, and so it's not like it was like something crazy. Like Valentine's Day is not a crazy day. I don't know, everybody's going crazy, but yeah. But yeah, that was the wholesome or embarrassing. I could not think of something embarrassing. I'm pretty sure it's come back after you leave. I'll be more embarrassed.
Shit, that thing annoys me. I hate about the worst things after.
I hate it, Jerry.
That's all the questions that we've answered for you.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to like. If you get this video, how many likes should I get for us to do part 2?
This is part 2, Inko.
I mean, like a different video.
Okay, yeah. It should just get it to 100. Why not that?
Okay.
Why not that? Just 100.
Why not that? Yeah, I'm not proud. Just get this video to 100 likes, and we will do a second edition to this video, probably with questions that you guys want to know. You can leave that in the comments as well. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Ciao.